YouTube channel. If you're new, welcome. My name is Danielle and I'm the owner of OrangePandaDesigns, and I have an Etsy shop where I sell handmade accessories for women and girls. And I also create digital designs and printables. But today, this YouTube channel is a way for me to share items in my Etsy shop as well as share whatever's going on in my creative mind that I feel like creating. So today you were hanging out with me as I make a belt for an outfit that I recently bought when I was at Walmart probably like a week ago. 2 weeks ago I was there just getting errands after work, getting groceries after work, and I saw this one-piece jumper outfit that I thought was adorable. And I was like, I don't know, and it only came in white. And I was like, I don't know about white. But then a week later, I went back, and it was still there in my size, so I tried it on, and I was like, yep, it's mine. So, but I also wanted to make a belt to go with it. And ideally, with this one-piece jumpsuit, I love a jean jacket, even during the summer. Jean jackets are my jam. I have a denim one obviously, but I also love just regular cute little jackets that I have in other different colors. And with this one-piece outfit, it will most likely be my denim jacket, and I have a pair of denim sandals. And I thought, well, wouldn't it be fun to make a denim belt? So the other day I went to Joann's and I looked at their denim selection of fabric, which there was a few different ones to choose from, and I wasn't sure weight wise how heavy I wanted it. I knew I didn't want a heavy denim, so I picked up this, and then I thought it would be fun to make the inside of it with this color because someone's going to see it anyway, and if you know me, I love me some pink. So that's what we're going to work on. And where I'm going to follow is, and I will share with you all, is this tutorial I found online like years ago for my daughter. She's now 11, but when she was I think like 3 or 4, I had made her some belts for her to wear because she's just thin like her mama. So I had made her like some belts. I want to say one was Dr. Steffens because she was a huge Dr. Steffens fan. And I forgot the other characters, but it's just a simple belt with a D-ring. So I'm going to show you that here. So let's get going. All right, so here we go. So this is fabric that I had for the that I'm going to use for the inside, and you can see by the width of it, it's not enough. So I'm going to have to cut some and then make it longer. So that's what I'm going to do. My 2 pieces because my belt itself, I know the width that I want it to be, and this will definitely get me there. And I normally like to save as much as I can of when I'm using stuff, so not to waste materials, but because I want the seam of this to be in the middle, I am going to these together and then trim from there. So let's see. Who here uses pins versus wonder clips? I use both, and for something like this I prefer to use the pins, so but I'll probably use the wonder clips when I'm doing a longer stitch of sewing. So I just combined those two pieces together and I took it over to my iron and ironed out the seam. So now what I'm going to do is to cut this piece to the measurement that I need for the length of what I want my belt to be. So, oops. So this I'll use for later. Okay, so my pink piece is ready to add to my denim, but now I need to cut my denim piece. So let me do that. And yes, all these edges bother me, but I'm not going to deal with that right now. I'm just going to cut what I need for my project. And then I'm just going to measure this together. Make sure I have the right amount. Turn off the excess. So this you know. I love this thing. It's amazing. Love it. Okay, so now that I have my two pieces together, what I am going to do is I'm going to connect the two pieces, sew them together. And they're each 3 1/4, so that when I sew it together with a 1/4 seam, I end up having 6 inches of fabric, because that's what the pattern calls for. So normally if you were to do this starting from scratch, you would just start with a 6-inch piece of fabric. This isn't exactly the same. I have a little bit over the edge, which I'm not going to worry about, because most likely I will trim it off. Because basically what you do with the pattern says cut your belt to your desired length, and then just add 2 inches. So, and I just use one of the belts that I have. So even if I snipped off a little bit of it, it's not going to be the end of the world. So let's get sewing. So let me So now that I have sewn everything together, well, sewn the 2 strips together, I now have a 6-piece inch of fabric, and now I can start basically sewing my project together as I should. So what we're going to do is that we are going to fold this in half, and this will be a lot easier to fold in half since I've already have a seam, a crease, or a seam. So So now that we have that, so now what we can do is open this back up and fold this in the center, and probably what I'm going to do is just put it right over the seam and press it. So now that we have that together, what we will do is fold this in half. So now what you want to do is take one end, it doesn't matter which end, and you want to open up the fold and fold it 1/4 of an inch. So what I'm going to do, because this is basically a way to cover your seam, and then now that you have that pressed for 1/4, now what we can do is fold this back in together on top of one another and press it. So what I'm going to do Okay, so now that we have our strip all together, now we want to, I'm going to clip it because I am going to sew all around. I'm going to top stitch all around. I'm not going to clip the edges or anything. I'm just going to get rid of the fringe. Now we can sew it all around. Okay, we are at the home stretch. So I've sewn this hole, I've sewn all of this around. And so now what I'm gonna do on the unfinished edge, which is this right here, I'm gonna fill this over 1/2 inch and press it. So let's do this. And it doesn't have to be perfectly 1/2 inch, but you know, I try. Okay. I'm gonna fill this over. And then fill this over again 1.5 inches, or 1 1/4. Yes. So now I bought this pack of 4 D-rings. Yeah, it's a pack of 4 D-rings for 2 sets at Joann's. So what we're gonna do, take these 2, take these 2, and we are going to put them in there. And so that way, when it's done, this is what it's going to look like. So, and then all we have to do is stitch 2 lines here, and it's done. So let's go do that. So that was it. Now you have a simple belt that really is not a lot of work. I just made it extra work because I wanted to have the inside a different color, but it's so simple and easy. I will link the link to the website that you can just follow the instructions. It's so simple and easy. If you sew, it's like sewing a square. If you can sew a straight line, you can do this. No interfacing, nothing necessary, just a little bit of hardware, the fabric that you want, and you can have an easy belt. How fun. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.